Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals of the Korean StarCraft League, the KSL week number 63. Again, it has been a bit of a shorter broadcast here, this time a bit of a shorter event, but still an amazing one nonetheless, as we have our finals ready for us. We have our two finalists. It's going to be a PvZ between these two amazing players, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Talon Esports. It is Dark. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Place your bets. Get your predictions going here, as predictions now open in the chat. Place your bets on who you think will be this week's champion. Will it be the Protoss or the Zerg? Will it be herO or Dark? Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat, as this is a rematch from earlier this week. If you were here earlier a couple of days ago, I think it was what, 3-4 days ago, we were live with Alima League week number 230. That was technically not here on Twitch though, that was over on Chijik. We were live, of course, as we are the official English broadcasters for the event. And the grand finals of Alima League this week was herO and Dark. So herO and Dark, they face off in the finals. It was a best of 5, but fun fact, for those that have not been tuning into Alima League, that is on the PTR. Alima League is on the PTR and also on the new map pool as well. So a very different dynamic. Slight spoilers, I guess, but I do recommend the VODs. If you're interested, I do recommend the VODs of Alima League. But if you missed out on it, it was hyper aggressive. It was a hyper aggressive finals. Dark all-in every game. He all-in every single game of those finals, and it went to the ace match, went all the way to the ace match, but herO did come out on top. herO, he barely did clutch it out in the end, barely did defeat Dark. Will history repeat itself, or will Dark get his revenge? We're here to find out. We are here to find out here as we are loading into Oceanborn. Initially, we do have our hatch gas pool, standard opener out of Dark. Meanwhile, herO across the map going for a gate expand into the cyber core. We go. Otherwise, I hope you are all ready here for this best of 5. This should be amazing. Yeah, let's go. The Hydras are hydrated. The Marines are massaged. The Disruptors are trained. We're good to go, baby. We are good to go. As it is going to be the initial Stargate opener out of herO. Now, what I do love between these two players is, as I kind of alluded to earlier, hyper aggression. Whether it's Dark going for all-ins, whether it's herO going for all-ins, or just going for a hyper aggressive play, that's usually what we see between these two whenever they do face off. Is usually just a lot of intensity between Dark and herO, which I always will appreciate. I'm always here for covering these two facing off. The initial adept has arrived. Meanwhile, Dark so far, hatch gas pool, now into a third base, is going to be joining up, is so far keeping up with herO. So he does saturate his bases. Meanwhile, herO going to be reinforcing with these second adepts. The two adepts, of course, they can one-shot drones. And it's not just going to be the two adepts. Oh, as herO does come into the shade. Shades into the main. Oh, going for the Lings. He wants them. Gets one. Gets two. 2 Ling kills, not too bad. There is a bit of hull damage on the adept, but does escape, does get out into the natural. Meanwhile, there is the Oracle follow-up. Oracle is on the way. Meanwhile, the second adept does stay back at home, as herO is taking a more defensive stance initially, setting up for his eventual third. And we'll see how we get into the mid-game. And there it is. Third base has been placed. It's on the way. Here rushing to third. Meanwhile, the Oracle takes a lot of hits. Oh my god. Takes a lot of damage here. Gets 2, gets 3 drone kills, and will get away. But that was a whole lot of hull damage here to the first Oracle. Does escape. At the same time, Darky moves out across the map with his Lings. Does avoid the Adept and will hit the third. But alas, there is a Stalker in position. There is an Oracle as well. Lings that don't quite commit. Darky pulls back. He pulls away. Pulled away for a moment, as the initial Oracle is staying back at home to hunt down the Overlord. Likewise, second Oracle moves out, third Oracle's on the way, is in production. Queens are keeping up, good control so far here out of Dark. Dark, he did skip the Spore, and he will lose another 2 drones here at the third base. Good pickoffs by herO. Lings, they hit the third, but herO's in position, shuts down the Lings. And at least the Lings force the activation of the Pulsar Beam. They do waste energy on these Oracles at least, but regardless, herO defends. herO does end up defending. Behind this, taking up into +1, into his Twilight Council, +1, and I would imagine either Blink or Charge. herO is typically more of a Blink player though, so I would imagine that's the direction he's headed in. Likewise, Dark did throw down his Lair. Is opting to go Lair first. Now, if you notice, Dark has yet to throw down any tech. He did not go Roaches. The Roach Warren has been skipped. No Bailey Nest either. We have the Eva Chamber for +1. This looks like Ling into Hydra. Does look like Hydra production from Dark, but we'll see, as the Lair is just now finishing. Lair is done here at the 3rd. Adepts, they threaten the Shade. +1 range on the way. Again, it should be Hydras. Extra gases are being taken. All 6 gases, actually. There it is. There is that Hydra Den. So, Dark, he's cutting corners. He's taking chances. If herO did go Charge instead of Blink, then Dark would be in trouble. But, you know, herO is going for a more standard follow-up, and Dark is embracing the mid-game. So, he's cutting corners, being greedy, rushing into Hydra tech. And herO isn't being overly aggressive. He's just poking in with Adepts, poking in with Oracles. So, Dark will get away with this. Dark will get away with rushing into Hydras. Does have a safety Roach Warren just in case. Is just now finishing up. And despite how intense and despite how chaotic herO versus Dark was in the Limit League, here we're just macroing. Like Dark, he's just, I mean, maybe he, did learn his lesson earlier this week against herO, but at least here in game 1, he's chilling out, he's droning up, he's getting up to 3 base saturation. The 4th base is what I would say delayed. It is a delayed 4th. He's amassing Hydras. I'm curious if Dark will saturate the 4th or mass up on Ling Hydra. We shall see. Meanwhile, herO back at home, he's on a 3 base economy. We do have a 2nd Robo and a Bay on the way. This should be for Colossus and eventually Disruptor production. herO is taking. This is all before expanding and taking the 4th. So herO is being quite secure. Dark is still not droning. He's still on 6 drones. No saturation yet at the 4th. Now reinforcing with Roaches. Looks like Dark, he may just decide to max out with this. And he'll be hitting with +1, with Roach speed, with a Hydra speed as well. Yeah, Dark is committing. And can herO survive this? He does confirm. He spots the main army. Again, Dark, he is not droning at all. It's all or nothing. All or nothing for Dark. herO back at home, setting up stasis traps. They're being thrown down as we speak. Disruptor production has begun. It looks like the first disruptors, they will pop out in time. There's going to be 2 disruptors for this defense, and herO needs to make them count. Ooh, first stasis gets baited out. Not ideal for herO. herO, he does engage with a Hydras though. Does pick off 1, almost 2 Hydras. Not bad. Oh, yeah, does get a 2nd Hydra. Oh, we do see the flank coming in from Dark. Stasis goes off. Ooh, catches out some of those Roaches. Nova goes off as well. No big connection. That's the first Nova on cooldown. There's 1 Nova left. Darky rotates over towards the 4th. There is some side defense. Oracles activate their beams. Up! Nova goes off. No major connection. Gets 1 Roach. We do have another flanking Nova. No, they're getting caught out. herO! The flank. The Disruptors. Yeah, a bit of a miss rally. herO's getting caught out. Disruptors are going down. Stalkers as well. Some brutal losses here for herO. Yeah, just a very chaotic defense. He does dive on the Hydras. Not bad. Oh, gets another 2. Oh, much better connection. Yeah, it looks like herO, he is holding. Cleans up most of the Hydras. Oh, but he does get punished though. That was a wild blink. Yeah, it was a brutal blink. Dark, he punishes. He dives on in. Dives on the main army. Nova goes off, takes down some of those Roaches. But where are the Colossus? Where's the splash damage? The Lynx were trading well, but the Zealots, they hold their own. They hold their own in the end. herO, he barely holds on, but at a cost. Looking at the news loss tab, that was 25 Stalker kills. Jesus. That was a lot of Stalkers going down. 2 Disruptors, every Oracle as well. But herO holds. And what's important, herO, he holds on to the 4th. The 4th base is up. It's going to get running. Likewise, Dark, he now drones up. He backs off. We're getting into a longer game state. Now, the question becomes, who is in a better position? I would give the edge to herO. The reason for that, the balls. He has so many disruptors. it's crazy just how many disruptors herO still has. At this point, I would say it's overkill if he makes any more. I would not be opposed to Colossus though. I would love to see like 2 Colossus on the way, even without range, to support this army. Because if these Novas do not connect, then this army is quite vulnerable. Changeling does confirm. Dark, he sees the army rotation. Oh, herO's pushing. Setting up for a counterattack. Dark getting in position. Again, he sees everything with that Changeling. As herO's pushing onto creep. Dark setting up for a surround. At this point with almost purely Lingbane Hydra. He does collapse on the army. Nova going up. Darky comes in from behind. Novas, they do not connect. And again, without Colossus, these disruptors, they're not ideal. Not against this kind of army. Yeah, very nice spread here by Dark. He collapses in, he cleans up everything. What is that? 8 disruptors going down. This was not it. This was not the counterattack that herO was hoping for. As he throws everything away. And that may just be game. Now, finally, Colossus do begin, but this is too late. How many disruptors was that? 8. 8 disruptors falling. And now Dark can counterattack. Now herO, he has lost his advantage. He lost everything. And now it's time for Dark to pop off. Now it is time. Dark with a massive supply lead. With Lingbane Hydra. With minimal roaches. So the supply is quite brutal. Colossus do pop out, but again they don't have range. And the Lingbane collapses in anyway. And chasing the army back, going for the mineral line. Nice blinks there from herO. But he's going to lose everything. The Stalkers, the Colossus, every probe is all 18 probes go down. Ay, ay, ay. The base has been broken. And it looks like Dark is looking to take a lead in the series. GG gets called. Dark takes game number 1. GG. Dark does take the first game. Again, herO, he did have his own moments in this game. He even had momentum himself. Did have a lead, a supply lead. Actually, I'm looking at the graphs. He did have a supply lead after his initial defense. But the counterattack, it did feel a little bit ill-advised. It was ill-advised to go for the counterattack with those 8 disruptors. He got completely shut down. He got surrounded. He lost everything. And again, if he had just taken a bit of a more passive or more defensive approach after defending against the all-in, we could have seen a more back-and-forth mid-game, and could have gone the way of herO. Definitely could have. Regardless, GG. GG, well played. We're now getting ready for game number 2. Let's go. Here we go. We go as we have that lobby ready. Ga, papi, ga. Sí, Kotaro in the chats. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? As we are settling in and spawning in the top right hand corner of Alkiona, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss. Currently down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back. Representing WBG, representing Weibo Gaming, it is herO. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player from South Korea, representing Talent Esports, it is Dark. We go. As Dark, he's mining through those minerals, and Dark is looking to take the gold. Now, something that we did mention during the Zound series earlier was that herO, Trap, and Classic do often, if they ever encounter Dark rushing to the gold, they are so fast and so quick to punish it with a cannon rush. So I'm curious if herO, yep, he does check immediately once he spots it. We should be seeing a pylon, we should be seeing a forge back at home. We'll see how herO responds. Ooh, as he is going to be getting over to the other side of the wall. Probe is coming out. Yep, there's the Forge. So again, this is just a very common response. If you ever see the gold, throw down a Forge and throw down a Pylon and get your Cannon Rush going. Now, with this Cannon Rush, it should be forcing a cancel. It should deny the expansion, and then Dark will have to expand here back at home instead, and then it leads into a longer game state. That's usually how this goes. The Overlord here from Dark will confirm that the Pylon is almost done, and that the cannons are coming. Now, Dark may try to save the base, but again, he should cancel. You can see, yeah, the drone's getting in position to expand. And there's going to be a game of chicken, but there we go. There's a cancellation. So the hatchery is canceled, and Dark is forced to expand elsewhere. herO will confirm. herO could try to cannon rush here as well, but the spawning pool is done. The spawning pool is done. Lings are on the way. Queens are on the way. This follow-up cannon rush is going to be more difficult to pull off. As herO does let the cannon finish. Oh, this is a bit of a miss. There we go. That does cancel the cannon. The Zealot has right. Actually, with the help of the Zealot, herO, he can hold on to this. The boys are being pulled. They're going for the probe. They're going for the worker, and it looks like the probe does get surrounded. Whew, the cannon rush is denied. So the secondary cannon rush is cleaned up. Dark will chase down that Zealot. It is costing him a lot of mining time, true. A lot of mining time is cost. But he does defend. Second Zealot now arrives as well, just to wreak havoc. Just to deny mining time. A shout out to Claw SC2 in the chat. Gah, baby God. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great, I'm assuming, ladder session. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to the grand finals of the KSL. This is a best of 5 between Dark and herO. Pylon gets cleaned up. herO has to get the hell out of here. Does arrive with the Adept though. herO is still reinforcing. Is going for his own expansion. Lings are going to surround on the Zealot. Zealot is picked off. Nicely done. Adept does get into the mineral line. Gets one drone. Ooh, one drone goes down. Does he get two? Not quite. Forces a spore. Adept shades out. Dark did double expand. Second Adept has arrived, and herO, he follows it up with a Twilight Council. Interesting. Twilight Council should be for, I would imagine, I was going to say Glaives, but herO does have options. I would imagine Glaives on the horizon. Nice control out of herO, just trading as best he can with the Adepts, shaving off some Lings. So he does attempt to shade away. Yeah, there it is. Glaives is on the horizon. How many gateways? One gateway at the natural, 2 gateways in the main. But I would imagine a 4-gate blink setup. Sorry, 4-gate glaive setup from herO. And there's the 4th gateway. So 4 gateways, mass Adept. And Dark is in a bit of trouble here. I mean, he doesn't really have much gas to work with, so no roaches. No roach production, no banelings. He does have link speed at least, but these Adepts, they can pop off their potential to wreak havoc and to punish Dark. +1 attack on the way. That I'm a little bit less certain of, but okay. Is working on +1. More Adepts are building up. herO hunting down that Overlord. The initial wave of Adepts are revealed. They do come into the shade. Oh, that was brutal. Yeah, herO forced to recall. One Adept goes down. Just the one. That was a brutal start. herO, he gets punished. Not the first time this has happened this series, by the way. It also happened in game 1. And the Adepts are revealed. Dark, he throws down his own Roach Warren. He does take extra gases. He's on a 3-gas economy. And Dark, he should be okay. These Adepts, they had potential, but now they're battered and bruised. They've taken a lot of hits, a lot of damage. herO's expanding behind this. These Adepts, yeah, they can't engage. Not anymore. More Adepts moving out to reinforce. Okay. herO, he peels off some Adepts towards the natural. Reinforcements have arrived. herO is forcing out more roaches. Doesn't want to get caught out. Going for the Queens. Does get one. One Queen goes down, commits to the shade. It gets surrounded by the Lings. Oof. And Dark will clean this up. He shuts down every single Adept. This was not the shade. This was not the ideal. And now Dark can counterattack. And can herO save his third? Ravagers are morphing in. More Lings as well. herO's trying to prepare. Shield batteries are on the way. Now, I do appreciate that herO at least has control of the Xel'Naga, so he will be able to confirm the move out. And we can see Dark isn't joining. Like, we at least confirmed that Dark is all in. And now he moves out. Now herO knows as well. He has confirmed. herO's trying to prepare. And Adepts, they can trade well against Lings, but what about the Ravagers? That's the problem here. Stark, he does come in for the surround. Oh, trying to lock down those sentries. There's the overcharge. So far, trading well against the Lings. While they connect, they shut down the shield battery. And there's just not enough here, not enough left over. Dark, he overwhelms the army. Breaks through the Adepts, the sentries, denies those shield batteries. And herO cannot hold on to the third. Cannot hold on. Again, the Glaive Adept follow-up was lackluster. The initial counter rush did well, but again, it was the follow-up. The Glaive Adepts were not worth it in the end. That's a kill on the third base, and Dark, he's snowballing out of control. He can keep pushing. Even killing the Robo. Oh. Shield battery gets sniped. Robo under fire. And I mean, there's no reason for Dark to back off. Lings, they flood in, they surround the Stalkers. Oh, the Biles into the mineral line. Oh my god. Oh, brutal connections. GG gets called, and Dark, he takes a 2-0 lead. GG. A very impressive lead here from Dark. Again, it all started with a cannon rush, which was, you know, done quite well here from herO. He was able to deny the goal base. He was able to disrupt the build and delay the economy of Dark. But if you remember, it was the follow-up where herO, he went into 4 gate Glaive Adepts, but before he moved out with Glaives, he moved out with Vanilla Adepts. He got surrounded. He got shut down, he lost one of them, the others got very low in HP, and that meant that the follow-up to Adept push would be that much weaker. On top of that, Dark also scouted ahead of time. He scouted, he did see the Adepts moving out, he saw them amassing back at home. Dark did not cut corners, he did get into roach production, it was perfectly safe and sound, and after the failed Glaive Adepts, I mean, herO had nothing. He had nothing left to defend, he was vulnerable, and did swing heavily in favor of Dark. GG. GG, well played. Now we're getting into game 3. Now I'm hoping for a back and forth, I'm hoping for a game 4, I'm hoping for a game 5. I want more out of these two players, but the pressure is now on herO. The pressure is on. One more misstep, one more misplay, one more loss, and the series ends. Oh boy. We go. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Ghost River, we have the red Brodos player, representing Weibo Gaming, down in this series 0-2. He has to fight back herO now to make a series out of this. It is herO. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player, representing Talent Esports, leading the series 2-0. One more game is all he needs to be our champion. It is Dark. I mentioned before that these two players, they faced off earlier this week in Elite League, in the finals of Elite League. It went all the way to the Ace match, it went all the way to game 5. herO was this week's Elite League champion over Dark. But now in the KSL, now in the current patch instead of the PTR, and the current map pool instead of the new map pool, Dark, he is looking to overwhelm. He does move out with his first drone to take the unnatural natural, so it's going to be hatch first, just a hatch gas pool, standard opener by Dark. Really, my eyes are going to be on herO. How does herO respond? How does he react on a map as small as Ghost River? Welcome one and all. One of the last times is going to be, of course, casting on the current map pool. You know, the new map pool is on the horizon, and Ghost River has a very short rush distance by ground. It can be very aggressive. It can be very in your face of your opponent. We'll see if herO goes for something other than the Stargate opener. That's what I want to know. You know, herO just being as annoying as possible, tasing away at the mineral line, gets eyes on the pool. Yo, he wants that drone. Up. He wants it. Get some decent damage on it, but alas, shouldn't get much more. Drone will survive. Up. Gets a couple of extra shots off. herO playing with fire. Does get away. And back at home, the Cybercore is finishing up. We do have the second pylon further back of the main, and Darky's parked over that second pylon as well. He will confirm the tech. It's thrown down right underneath the Overlord, and Darky sees the Stargate. So it is going to be a Stargate opener out of herO. Adepts are moving out. And Dark is fully aware. Now we can back off, he can get in position. And get ready for the Oracles. So standard build for the time being. These are going to be standard setups. The third base is delayed for a moment, but only for a couple of seconds. The Adept does not get here in time. Ideally, if the pylon survived for like 2 more seconds, the Adept could have arrived and could have focused on the drone and delayed the third base even further, but alas, Dark does get it. And the Oracle's on the way. He's going to be an Oracle first. So Adepts stay threaten the natural. Oh, making the way in. And they do get a drone. Not bad. They get 1, they get 2, they get almost 3. Yeah, 3 drone kills. 3 drones. Adepts, they get out of the natural. They make it across the map as well. So a nice start for herO. And it has merely only begun. As the Oracle has arrived, we can see Dark getting ready for his own counterattack. Attempting to get eyes on the third and maybe even delay. But Last doesn't have many links to work with. Decides to pull back home. There are 2 queens here at the natural. Likewise in the main base there is only 1 queen, but there's a spore. Yeah, there is a spore in the main. Despite that, 2 drone kills. Not bad. 2 workers go down. Lings are moving out, but there is the second Oracle. And hero's fine. herO, he is secure. Oracle. So no way. Gets a larva. Gets 2 more drones in the main. Does take a lot of hull damage, but will get away. So far, 7 drone kills. Very efficient here by herO. 7 drones without losing any Oracles or Adepts. Very impressive. The herO, he's turning it on. He's ready. He's gearing up. Getting another drone, another 2. Once again, not bad. What is that, 9? Yeah, 9 drone kills. Third Oracle's moving out, so we do have +1 melee on the way for Dark, so this should be the beginning of Ling Bane into Hydra. No Roach Warren. Speaking of Ling Bane, there's a Bailey Nest. So Dark is cutting some corners. Meanwhile, another drone kill, no spore at the natural. Gets 2 more drones. herO retreats. And 11 drone kills. Oh no! I started too soon. I was about to say 11 drones without losing any single unit, but 1 Oracle finally goes down. herO just being a little bit too cheeky there towards the end. Was caught out on creep. Finally, Dark, he gets some kind of win. Is that a 4th Oracle? Jesus, wait, what? As herO did invest into a 4th Oracle, because why not? It's +1, Blink is on the way. It's been a while, but we have seen herO embrace a 3-base 8-gate all-in. Based on how many economic losses, I would not be opposed to herO going for a gateway explosion. He's not there yet, but if he throws down like another 4 gateways, then I can get behind it. As Lings, they collapse in, they shut down the Adepts. Oracles, once again, they get into the middle line, 2 more drone kills. And I spoke about a gateway explosion. We do have more gateways on the way, but herO is taking extra gases. Interesting. So the extra gases, that does signify that herO wants to tech up into either, you know, Colossus production or Storm, Archons, into like higher forms of tech. That's usually what this means. How many gateways is herO getting up to though? He's getting to 7 gates. Now, herO, does he expand or does he proxy in the center of the map? Oh my god, he's at 3 base all in. Jesus. He is gonna be pushing. That's gonna be a lot of gateways here. It's gonna be at 10 gateways for herO. Jesus. That's a lot of gateways. But it looks like he is setting up for an expand. But now he does maintain map control. Threatens the area in between the bases. Gets a couple of tumors. Okay, herO is expanding. So seeing those 2 gases was telling us that he was going to be taking, and he is taking into Archons. Temple Archives is done. We could be seeing Storm on the horizon as well. So Temple Archives has completed. And there it is. Storm is on the way. I will say, though, that herO's 4th base is later than normal, just because of all those extra gateways. So the 4th base is a bit delayed for herO. Because of that, Dark, he is somewhat keeping up here in the economy, but it's still not ideal. Like, Dark's economy is still very much so lackluster because of the 16 drone kills over the course of this game. Likewise, Dark, he hasn't really had any map control. He's been stuck at home because of all these Blink Stalkers. Taking towards a hive. No lurker den yet. But I imagine that Dark, his goal here is to try to slow the game down and get into lurkers, as the hive has begun. He's trying to chase, stage straps going up. Oh. Catching a handful of units. Bailey's morphing in. Where is that lurker den? So far, still just Lingbane Hydra. Storm is done. And here is pushing forward. A big storm's here on the Lings. Oh my god. They can just melt here under the storms. There's at least 3 more storms left. Speaking of, Dark, he comes in for the surround. He gets over the High Templar. Takes them down. That's the final storm. But despite no more storms, does herO have enough? It looks like he might. Zealot reinforcements have arrived. Darky's up against the wall. He does catch the Archons, though. Nice catch. They're locked down. Both Archons do fall. Queens, they come into play. Wow, and Dark, he shuts down the army. Was not an easy defense, but, I mean, getting on top of those High Temple was brutal. And Darky chases down the final Archon. herO, he lost all the High Templar, all the Archons, all the high-tech units went down. Only Stalker survived. And now, finally, there's the lurker den. I was waiting for you. The lurkers are coming. Now, as Dark is taking into lurkers, what is herO taking into? Skytoss. There's a 2nd Stargate and a Fleet Beacon. We might be here for a while. Both players are working towards that later game army. Towards the later game state. Dark still coming in for the surround, though. Collapsing on the Stalkers. Now, there are some High Templar that have been gathering energy. Speaking of, yep, there they come. 3 storms. 3, soon to be 4 storms going to be available. Immortals are amassing. Fleet Beacon now done. Here he can now start to embrace Carrier or Tempest production. Motherships on the way. Till then, though, Dark with lurkers, he can pop up. SLC force a cancel. Maybe he's going to be responding. Again, pretty decent connections here on these Zealots. They shot most of them down. herO does move out. It is going to be initially carrier production for herO. Carriers are on the way. There we go. Finally, the first wave of lunkers are coming in. The lunkers, they're coming. As more carriers are amassing. Dark does for the main army. One lurker goes down. Dark, can he set up a surround? No, he's going for a counterattack instead. Uh-oh. Do we force a base trade? He's also trying to collapse in. They get on top of the Hydras. Yeah, Dark, he forces a recall. +1 air attack is going to be denied. The carriers are revealed. Does snipe the cyber core, but oh, Dark, he's getting surrounded here. This is not the play. Yeah, we get a full 360 surround. The Hydras go down. The lurkers go down as well. Dark does get a mineral line, but I don't think this was quite worth it. This was an expensive trade here for Dark. Bleeding out all of his lings. Attempted to go for a Ling counterattack, but he lost all his Hydras and his lurkers. What is his army looking like? He's down to 2 lurkers and 6 Hydras. That is his army against this death bull of a Protoss army. The Lings have to buy time. Bailing run by gets shut down. Lings, they do hit to bottom right. And here he ignores it. This is the correct call. He ignores the base. It's going to go down. But Hero's going for the kill. He's going for the kill at this point. Lings, though, they force him to turn around for a moment. Lings, they hit the natural. Lurkers are spotted. Lings, they hit the third base. I mean, this is some pretty good damage here out of Dark. He is buying time. Hero turns around. And Lings, they force him to turn around. Dark trading pretty well here. 29 probes for... Oh my god. Dark. How? How's he doing it? The one lurker was catching a lot of transferring probes, actually. 31 probes go down. The one hero lunker, I think, killed most of that. Dark does take a supply lead, but a lot of that supply is in workers, not in army. He's been making as many lurkers as possible, spore crawlers as well. It is 4 carriers. Vipers are on the way. Bailings, they hit the right-hand side. More Lings moving on over as well. Yeah, Lings, they're just flooding across the map non-stop. And here, he's forced to recall once again. He recalls to the natural. Bailings, they crash into Zealots. Lings, they hit the 4th. Bailings headed for the 3rd base. Oh, late reaction. Yeah, late reaction here out of Hero. He does lose 18 probes. Oh my god, most of them here at the 4th. And Dark, how is he doing this? Dark, there was a time in this game where he lost all of his lurkers and Hydras. He had only Ling Bane. He had Ling Bane and 1 lurker. That is all that Dark had. And Hero could A-move. But what did Dark do? Non-stop counterattacks. Non-stop counterattacks while Dark was throwing down this. While he was working on his wall of spines and lurkers, it meant that Hero could not counterattack. And Dark, he's forced it all in. At this point, Hero, he is all in. He will kill this expansion. I mean, Dark can't really do anything about it. He cannot stop it. Viper's moving forward. They get the yoink on the mothership. Mothership will survive, though. Again, there's just not really much anti-air here to work with. Here, he may still just have this. Mothership falls, but what about the carriers? What about the carriers? As here, he's gaining ground, he's pushing in, going for the kill at the same time across the map. Lings, they deny any kind of economy. That's another base falling. Now, Dark is reinforcing with pure Hydra. Does have more Hydras on the way, and can Dark barely survive here? The Vipers live, they're gathering energy, they could abduct the carriers into spore range. Ground army races back home. There's the first yoink. They're not doing anything though. The yoinks do nothing. 1 carrier goes down, there's 3 carriers left, but there's just not enough anti-air. There's not enough. I thought that we were going to be seeing a yoink into the spores. I was hoping the spores would be utilized, but yeah, that was wasteful for Dark. He lost both of his Vipers. Lurkers are moving out. Here, he has no income. Dark has bottom left. He does have mining. Now, Hero doesn't have an Observer, but he does have Oracles on the way. So Oracles, they're going to be able to use their Revelations. Dark has the high ground though. All the probes are stuck in the main. Okay, there's a recall. I was gonna say that technically Dark, he could go for the elimination. We'll try to go for the elimination. Meanwhile, he's gonna be forced back. herO coming to the base trade. That's a lot of spores going down. These are actually pretty important pickoffs. The spores are really the only anti-air. Uh-oh. The lurkers. Lurkers are exposed. Lings that come in from behind, they lock down the army. Lurkers at DPS is helping here. They catch the Immortals just barely, but the Archons, they slip away. The carriers are coming. They catch out one of the Lurkers. Massive pickoff. And there's only 3 Hydras. There's only 3 Hydras. No, get out of here. Down to 2. 2 Hydras left against 3 carriers. Ay, ay, ay. Is there even a Hydra Den? No, there isn't. Yeah, that's why. There's no Hydra Den, so Dark, he can't make Hydras anyway. He can only make Queens and Lings. Does find an Archon. Not bad. Picks up an Archon. And herO should have this. He should. Recall is on cooldown, so technically... Nah, there's a cannon. There's a cannon. There is an Archon as well. Like, Dark's best chance is to kill every building. To kill every building, because, I mean, there's nothing else here. Lurkers, they're collapsing on the army. Oh, we can see here bleeding out... Sorry, Dark bleeding out some Lings, but Dark, he can reinforce with more Lings. That is happening. 2 carriers are racing back home. Uh-oh. Is there detection? 0 detection. So this carrier can clean up the Hydras and the Lings, but not the Lurkers. More Lings are moving out. Dark, he can still pull this off. I think he has this. To be honest, I mean, there's 0 probes. herO cannot make any more buildings. Hydras are going down. Dark, he can hunt down every building. herO's being revealed. And what can herO do? Like, herO, he needs to stop the economy. He's not. herO, he doesn't know, which means all these buildings will eventually fall. Oh my god, is this how it ends? Dark, he's doing it. Again, this Lurker, it's just killing building for free. Buildings are falling, there's 0 detection. This is all we have left. And all Dark has to do is just mass Lings and just go for the dive. Just focus these buildings down and then end the game. This is it. 2 gas geysers and 1 gateway. Also, if the carriers get dragged away, the Lurkers, they can slowly push forward. Oh, the burrowed Lings. Lings can be burrowing. Is there Neural? Yes, there is. Ooh, Neural is not. Yeah, Dark, he has this 100%. Lurkers, they're pushing forward. One of them is within range. The other as well. That's the last building. The final building, and it's gonna go down. GG gets called, and Dark, he will take the series 3-0. He's crazy. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. I mean, even if herO did divert and head towards bottom left, Dark, he had Infestors and he had Neural. He had Neural, so he could lock down a Neural every single carrier as well. Unfortunately, herO just didn't know. He did not know about that southern base. Because he had no idea, Dark, he had an economy. He had an economy. He could actually make Lings. He could actually sustain himself. If herO was aware, I'm sure he would have dealt with it. I'm sure he would have dealt with that base sooner if he knew, but he didn't, right? He did not know that there was a full mining base going on operational for Dark. And with that, Dark non-stop run-bys. Even before the base trade. Remember, I'm most impressed by the moment where Dark plummeted in supply. I mean, I feel like we need to... I mean, look at the graphs. herO, obviously, hero's the red line. But here, he had a massive supply lead, and Dark, he lost all of his Lurkers, he lost all of his Hydras. He had a brutal fight in the center of the map, and he lost everything, and I thought it was over then and there, but no, Dark, he was relentless with the Ling run-bys, with the counterattacks, and he was able to force the all-in, and eventually force the base trade. Crazy. Crazy, Bobby. Aye, aye, aye. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, Dark. He does somehow bring it back. A 3-0, a very chaotic 3-0 as well. Remember game 2, there was the cannon rush on Alcyone. Game 3, we of course had this kind of game state as well. It's crazy, it was wild. GG, well played. Game 1 as well was Dark going for the all-in, if you remember. Dark, he went for a 3-base all-in with Roach Hydra, which eventually did break herO as well. So very impressive stuff. Dark is our champion this week. Congratulations. Congratulations to Dark. He does get his revenge. This week, herO won Elite League, Dark wins KSL, and the question becomes, do we get another rematch? Right now, herO won one series, Dark won another, and we have another Elite League here tonight. Tonight in how many hours? In 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours from this message, we're going to be live with the second Elite League of the week. If you're curious, if you're maybe a newer viewer of StarCraft, you're like, Elite League, what is that? Oh, you keep bringing it up. What is that? Elite League was the OG. It was KSL before KSL. Elite League was a tournament series that I believe began in 2016, I think it was around 2016 when Elite League did begin. It was a weekly tournament. It was funded with great success via Patreon. It was a weekly event for the Korean scene, for the Korean region, and it was hosted for many years, many years. Eventually it came to an end. I think it stopped around like 2021 or 2022. It's been a long time. It's been a number of years since the last Elite League, but they have acquired sponsorship. Shout out to Chijik. Chijik is a Korean streaming platform. I got you covered. Exclamation mark. There we go. Chijik in the chat. It is kind of like a Freaka TV. It's the competitor to a Freaka TV, which is now Soup. But Chijik, it is a Korean streaming platform, and they are sponsoring Elite League now. So it is a weekly tournament. We are the official English casters for it, but we are not able to cast here on Twitch. We are not allowed to cast on, so we're not allowed to stream on Twitch when we cover that event. Has to be streamed over on the Chijik platform instead. But we do upload VODs on YouTube. So if you missed out on the last couple of weeks of Elite League, the VODs are already on YouTube. The VODs are already on YouTube. It's all there. Actually, this week's Elite League was uploaded like last night, I think. So it's all on YouTube if you're interested. And we do have a second Elite League this week in 5.5 hours as well. Now, the reason why we have a second one this week is because Crank is the official Korean caster, and Crank is unavailable next week. He won't be able to cast or host it. So because of that, we're doubling up. We're doubling up here with 2 Elite Leagues instead. Double the Elite League action. And we might see a rematch with Dark and herO. We might have that rematch. Oh boy. Again. Or we could even see some other matchups instead, right? It's like plenty of regulars there, like Zaun, Oliveira, Clem, Cure, Rogue, Shin. The entire Korean scene does often rock up for Elite League, so do check it out. Do tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, if you are in the European or North American regions, then what I will say is that the Chijik platform does have bad routing to those regions. So I do apologize. You can watch it, but I believe you can only watch it on lower quality, and I believe it does stutter from time to time as well. So the connection, depending on where you are in the world, is not amazing. Unfortunately, we're a little bit fortunate here in Australia, like Australia, Oceania, Southeast Asia. We can watch it fine. But other regions of the world do have a hard time watching live on Chijik. But the VODs are going to be uploaded to YouTube in a couple of days. So you have that for you, at least. It does take a couple of days just because I do have to render and upload each of the VODs individually. So it does take a couple of days to upload. It takes like 2 to 4 days to upload all the VODs. But they will all be eventually on our YouTube. So if you can't tune in live, but if you want to check out the VODs, then do check it out. Exclamation mark YouTube in the chat. There you go. I'll try, but I might have to watch the Wardycast. Yeah, I mean, we do upload to YouTube later anyway. I think Wardy, he does like a replay cast like the next day or like 2 days later or something. But Wardy, he does do replay casts. But yeah, with that, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. We do appreciate it. Again, if you want to tune into some more of the CranKy Ducklings, we have you covered as we are live on a daily basis. We were actually live earlier today with Fire Cup, then KSL, into Elite League, followed by more Fire Cup as well. So our next cast is going to be in 5.5 hours. again on Chijik. If you cannot watch that live, then we're going to be live here in like 8 hours. No, 12. No, 11. Okay, we're going to be live here in 11 hours with Fire Cup Group B. So we have a lot of casting. We have like 4 casts in 24 hours. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. Actually, I think like 5 casts in 24 hours. So we have a Lima League later tonight, and then Fire Cup after that as well. I'm going to try to nap. Because we have a lot of casting tonight, I'm going to try and get some sleep. Hopefully I can. I was meant to sleep before this, and I couldn't. I couldn't sleep in between Fire Cup and this. So I'll try to get some rest. I'll try to force myself to sleep, hopefully. And then we can be well rested for the rest of the broadcast tonight. Hopefully. Take care. I'll do my best. It's just hard because the sun is up, you know. There's like light shining through the curtains, and it's like it's hard to sleep. It's hard to get some rest, but I'll try. I might like get some food and try to sleep for a couple of hours before Lima League. I'll do what I can. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Last time his was 3 hours later or so. It was like 5 hours later, but yeah. Do you remember? But otherwise, thank you so much. Again, you can follow us on all the social medias if you wish. I got you covered. Bam. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. And again, when it comes to our VOD content, we do upload on a daily basis over on YouTube. So if you want to tune in there, you can. Likewise, we stream on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. We are live on both platforms, so we got you covered if you are interested. Otherwise, stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. I'm not too sure who. Also, it's a bit of a shame that Battle Aces and Zero Space, they're like doing their alphas and betas and like demos and all that stuff this weekend when we are so jam-packed with casting. Like, I have no time. I would not mind playing some Zero Space, but like to try it for the first, I haven't played it yet. I do have a key, but we're casting and I have to sleep, so yeah, hopefully I have some time to try out some of these other RTSs, but for now, of course, our priority is casting and StarCraft 2. That is our priority, so maybe one day we'll be able to try it out a little bit. Maybe. Otherwise, stick around. We're going to be giving someone else a raid. Who is live at the moment? Who's live specifically with StarCraft? That's what I want to know. I see Practice X. I see Express Karma. Who else? We'll give some love to Practice X. Give him some love. Nice guy. Give him some love, give him some support. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys later on tonight, depending on whether it's a Lima League or Fire Cup instead. We'll see you then. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.